looked after it for you. You gonna go chomp on it? It's not cured enough then, huh? Hey, kia ora, Helen Brahms here, coming to you live from Sun City in Arizona. Hope you're all having a super fantastic, sparkling, magic Monday. How has your day been? Have you had any laughs today? Oh my gosh, I have had such an amazing day. It has been full of love and laughter and lots of great things. And yeah, sorry about the hair. You'll have to deal with it. It's hot. So letting the cold air flow down the back of the neck is really, really nice right now. It's coming straight out of the AC on the back of my neck. So yes, we've had a fabulous Magic Monday, had lots of laughs today. Zeffie has I actually had a bag of 3 of them. And so I decided that, it's time that she had another knuckle, and she likes her knuckles. But what she does with her knuckles and her chew sticks when I give them to her, especially the cheesy ones, is that she brings them to me and puts them on the seat next to me, and I'm expected to look after them for her for a day or 2 while they cure. And if I dare go to the bathroom without, she picks it up, brings it into the bathroom, and puts it on the floor between my feet. Fortunately, because of the size of this thing, and it's almost the size of her head, the size of this knuckle, she actually brought it over and put it down on the floor here by my backpack. And I just have to make sure I don't step on it when I slide out from under the table. But it's down here, and I've been up and walking around, and she hasn't followed me with it, so that's a good thing. So I got some good laughs in today. I tell you, working on a help desk, one of the things I love about working on a help desk is that, one, you get to serve people and you get to help them when they're in a situation. The other thing is that sometimes their queries are just sort of like a little oddball, so and you might misinterpret it, and then when you realize you have misinterpreted, you just start laughing. And it's not laughing at the person, it is laughing at me because I misinterpreted it and took something the wrong way. And it's just my way of coping with those sorts of things. So I've had some good laughs with some of the responses I have gotten today because of my misinterpretation on things. I'm just going to leave it at that. But I also had an exciting day today because the Amazon Prime, van pulled up and left me a nice big box. So like, ooh, what's in the box? In the box is my new toys. So I showed you the orange lights last week that I have to replace on the side of Sparkles. And there's also 2 red lights towards the back, which are just on the corner before you go around the back, and you've got the big brake lights and the what do you guys call them? I call them turn signals, indicators, whatever you want to call them, the big orange lights. And so the red lights arrived today. Yay. So did my electrical tape. Yay. And this is high temperature, fire resistant electrical tape, which probably with me dealing with electrical is a very good idea. I am super nervous when it comes to working with electrical. I got me one of these things. See, isn't this cool? It's a wire stripper. So you can put the wires in there and strip off that casing. So I need that. This is all according to the instructions that I have read on how to do this. And I also needed, what are these? Vice grippy things. These things, they're like pliers, and they've got these little thingies down the bottom here and little quick release. They're going to hang on to the wires that come out of the RV, because there's 2 wires that will come out of the RV that get connected up with the 2 wires on the lights. So you need these to hold them outside the RV, because if you just let them hang, they could very easily slip back inside the wall, and then I'm screwed. So I need the grippy things for that. What other new toy have I got? Oh, yes, this thing. I haven't taken it out of the box yet. It's heavy. But this is for crimping. So this is my little crimper toy thingy. And it's got the little, turn over on the back, and it's got the little different types of connections and crimpy thingies that you need to connect the wires together. So those are all my new toys, and I'm like, oh, I get to use new toys. Apart from the wire stripper and the electrical tape, I have never used a crimper before. I have never used the vice grip before. So I'm going to have to be taking these things out of their packages and figuring out how to use them before I actually use them. But yeah, wire strippers I've used before, but nothing like that. It was a really cool thing you put in the front and it would pull it off. This one here has got different sizes and things, and it had really good ratings, so I was like, okay. Yeah, don't get me in a toy store. Oh my gosh, so I am super excited to get those. And the other, I forgot to bring over my other new toy. And at the front of the RV, on top of the engine hump, we have a wooden thing there where it's got a couple of, they call them cup holders, but they're like about 2 inches high, less than 2 inches, yeah, about 2 inches high. So any cup you put in there will bounce out. And one of the problems I have when I'm driving is where does my phone go, because it's my GPS. And I've been trying all sorts of things in there. I mean, I have been using the Mailbox Power really cool phone holders. These things are cool. They fold flat. See, fold up flat, and they've got little rubber grippy thingies on them, like in here where you rest your phone. And so usually I have it set up in there, so it's kind of ends up sitting like this inside the cup holder with this piece here resting on top, and I have the non-slip shelf liner stuff in there, and then I can put my phone on there, and it usually stays there pretty well, except for when we go over some really, really rough roads, but it's always plugged in, so if it goes on the floor I can reach down and pick it up by the cord. But one of the things that I have found with that is that I can't see it, because when I'm driving, my arm is in the view, and I've got to go like this to see around my arm. Or lift my arm up, which could be really funny if someone's driving towards me and I'm going, oh, how much further do I have to go? So anyway, so I've been looking, and this cup holder this device that fits in a cup holder happened to be on one of the daily deals for Amazon on Friday when I ordered all this stuff. And it's got 3 little things that you just, I'm going to have to bring it on the camera at some point. Should have brought it over here. But it sits in the cup holder. Then it has these little cushion things that you wind the base at the bottom of the gooseneck. You wind that up, and these little things come out and bump up against the side of the cup holder and create a firm hold. And I was like, oh, I wonder if that would work. And they said up to 4 inches. So I went and measured the entry to the cup holder thing, and it was like 3 3/3, or just under 3 3/4 inches. I thought, we're under 4 inches. That's all I care about. And so I put it in there today and wound the little base thingy around and tried to wiggle it, and it was holding really, really good. And I thought, okay, the test is going to be when we go over bumpy roads, because then you've got the gooseneck that comes up, then there's a piece that attaches to that, and then your phone is attached to that, and those slidey things that come in and hug the sides. And then there's a little bottom shelf piece. I thought that's going to be the real test, is when we get it in that. So as far as the base goes and holding it in the cup holder, we may have a winner on that. Now is the phone going to stay put, and it's got an 8-inch gooseneck on it, which is going to put it up higher, where I won't be going like this over my arm or like this to see what's on the where I am with the directions. So super excited to get that as well. So that will get tested not this weekend, but the following weekend when I go to leave here. So kind of excited about that. So those are my new toys that I got, and I'm super happy. And so yeah, I'm going to be playing with these in the evening time frame until I get a chance to. I'm going to figure out how to use these things first before I even attempt to change these lights out. So, and they're going to have to be done early morning when it's the coolest part of the day. So I'm going to actually probably look along I'm trying to figure out how long it's going to take me. The guys that on the Fleetwood Bounder group reckon it only just takes like about 5 minutes per light, and I'm just like, yeah, you guys probably know what you're doing, and you probably know how to use the tools. I have no clue how to use these tools. And apart from what I have read, I really have no idea what I'm doing. So it is going to be an adventure. But that's what it's all about. You know, when you've got a home on wheels, you have to maintain it. You have to keep up with maintenance, things like that. And when you get lights that break, you got to fix them and all of that sort of stuff. And I turned on one of my overhead lights this morning, and it started flickering, and I was like, oh crap, now I have to find the little short fluorescent bulbs that go in there, and can I find anything that works longer than those little fluorescent thingies, like the lights up here that are under these plastic covers. I'm not going to put the lid. They've got little LED bulbs in them, which will just last forever. The lamps, the bedside lamps, I've replaced those with LED lights, which are nice and bright. Oh my gosh, you can actually read with them. And so I've replaced all of those. Just going around and replacing things every now and again. Did I do those ones? I can't remember if I did those ones. And I've done the plastic ones. I'm not sure if I've done those ones though. Probably because I haven't unscrewed them to see. But I've got these other lights up here, which I can't remember if I did those or not. I hardly ever use them anyway. But they do get hot if they've got the regular bulbs in them. So these ones here, I got the regular. I just got the exact same thing that's already there, and the guy's saying, "Oh, you should get the LED ones on that," and I'm like, "I already have the other ones, so I'm going to use those." So if those ones, and they're original to the vehicle, they're 15 years old, so I am not going to complain about that. They've already got 30. Hang on, I got it at 22,109, and I've done over 12,000 in it. So they've had over 12,000 miles. So they've got over 34,000 miles on those lights. And because they said, "Oh, they're always breaking and all that," and I thought, well, mine have only just broken, and it's got over 34,000 miles on the thing. So will I have it for another 34,000? I don't know, but they're not that expensive to replace. And I've got the sealant too, but I already had a tube of sealant, the clear stuff, and so I already had that. That I already had. So I'm super excited to try all of this, but I'm going to wait until it's a cool morning to go out and do it because, I'm not going to do that in the heat of the day. And I can start on the passenger side, which will be in the shade, because that's kind of the northwest side, the west side, so east side, west side. Do it in the shade. So we shall see how that goes. I'm going to try the one. I just want to get out there and get one done so I can see what's involved before I turn around and say, okay, we're going to go out there and we're going to do all 40. And I just want to do one just to see how I go with it and get that done. So that's a project on the horizon. But like I said, during the week and stuff, I'm going to have to learn how these things work because they're meant to be vices and then there's meant to be some quick release thingamy-bob on them, and I think you have to use these nutty things here to tighten it up. I don't know what that lever's for. This little lever thing in here. I think I might have to have a Zoom call with my dad. So Dad, if you're watching, I need a Zoom call. These wire strippers, I can figure those out. These, I might need a little hand on that. And then the little crimping thing, I think I should be able to figure that one out. But anyway, that's it from us for today. Have a super fantastic sparkling evening. I am out of here. I have another call in 30 minutes. So I've got to have dinner, do that call, and then take the pup for a WALK. And we may even go for another golf. We went for a golf cart ride last night after our walk, and we did most of the perimeter of the pet area. And she did not want to get in there, so I just picked her up and put her on the seat. And she kind of sat there like, really? Because I held her in place while I got up and walked past her and sat down in front of the steering wheel, and she just like looks at me like, really? And then she turns around and lays down, facing out, so her tail is across the driver's seat just before I sat down, and I'm like, I look at her and go, really? And so I managed to hang on to her vest while she moved her butt so I could sit down, and then I got her sitting up next to me, and she did fine backing out, and when we moved forward she did fine, and after a couple of minutes she just kind of relaxed up against me, and I just had my arm around her, holding her in place, and had a death grip on the leash in this hand, held her in place with this hand, and this hand was on the steering wheel at the same time. Fortunately, you don't go very fast in a golf cart. Thank goodness. And she was fine. She just sat there and just put this smile on her face. And we went past, those posts that you get at certain locations, and they've got the arrows pointing off to different towns and places and stuff around the world. Well, there was one outside, and now that I know it's there, when we go for our next drive over that one, I'm going to take a picture of it because it has grandchild here, great-grandchild here, and it's pointing to where the grandchildren are, the grandchildren and the great-grandchildren. I thought, that is freaking awesome. I loved it. It was one of those signposts, all the arrows, and it had how many grandchildren were, how many miles away the grandchildren were, or the great grandchildren, and which direction they had to go. It was awesome. I absolutely loved it, and I thought about turning around and going back to take a picture of it, and I thought, nope, we're on a mission right now. We will come back and take a picture of it because it's planted in the ground, it's cemented in the ground, so it's not going to go anywhere. But anyway, that's it from us for today. Go have a super fantastic, sparkling rest of your Magic Monday, and we will catch you up. We will catch you tomorrow morning for Tune Up Tuesday. Hey, konera.